Yo, what's up, guys? Test, test. Alright. So, we finished all of Fridays. We're gonna jump into Saturdays, y'all. Alright? It's time to shine. Time to stream. Alright. See if I can find it. Alright. Josh Bridges. Classic. Yeah. Alright.
All three events.
Alright, y'all. So here's where we at. If you haven't seen yesterday's, TN won every event yesterday's, breaking the rogue record. You know what I mean? Holding it down, winning a whole day's events. Gabriella Magala, she's been holding it down. I think she's been second pretty much in every event other than the third event. Laura Horvath did horrible in the last event, which I mean, it's kind of given because Laura Horvath isn't the best at her handstand push-ups. It's always been a struggle for her. It's kind of interesting how that is, but you know, it is what it is. You know, she's still holding on though. Third place. It's kind of interesting because it's been back and forth between for second and third teammates. Laura Horvath and Gabriella are both workout partners, so it's kind of interesting how that's playing out. Now the Wells sisters, Brooke Wells, and golly, why can't I remember her sister's name? Anyways, at this moment, as you can tell, Brooke Wells is the one killing it because she's the only one in the top 10. Haley Adams, not doing too bad. It was the last event that got her. You know what I mean? That strength still ain't there. You know what I mean? She's getting stronger, but that strength still ain't there. She's struggling on those back squats. So, in comparison to me. So, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Let me see. Are they about to start this event? Yeah. All right. Well, they're going to do something. All right, let's start it.
She's the first woman to ever win all three events to begin the Rogue Invitational, and she now has 15 career event victories. Gabby Magawa, she has been impressive. 275 points, just 25 back at Tia Toomey, and it's Laura Horvath who has a 5-point lead on Brooke Wells for the third and final spot.
Oh shit! I didn't notice that 5-point difference.
Haggis, and if you were watching earlier and you heard Pat Sherwood talk about this
right
on the Iron Game show, this is borderline mean.
It really is mean. It's a 1K row to start, 30 thrusters and 95
This is going to be a lengthy one.
20 log muscle-ups, and that log is 4 inches in diameter. They're going to finish with another 30 thrusters in a 1K row.
60-minute time cap. All right, so it's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, so all the workouts so far have been averaging 15 to 20 minutes, which is ideal. This one's going to hurt, though. It's going to be coming down. Once you get off the log muscle ups, then back to the thrusters and your arms are all blown out and your shoulders. And then with your arms blown out and shoulders, it's going to be like, it's going to burn. It's really going to burn. It's just like they said, it's going to be a mean one. All right, let's see this.
Which is just a brutal way to finish any event.
A different implement there with the log for the bar muscle-ups. What are your keys to this event?
Yeah, the keys are going to be pause, don't stop. These thrusters are going to be forced almost to be broken up because they're going to be segmented in tens as they advance the bar. You want to make sure you don't spend too much time resting there, and then pace early and send late, Sean. So that first 1K row can be a trap. You've got to stay in control there, and then you're going to have to send it to have success on the back half.
First of two heats, one of the athletes we'll be paying close attention to, Alex Gazan.
Alex, high-capacity athlete. She has a big engine that she has been focused on continuing.
Okay, so I am happy. They did switch it up on the next day. All right, because this is the first heat, and Alex Gazan was in heat 2, but because of placing, as you can tell, she's 14th. She's in heat 1. So they did switch it up, making it more competitive, more exciting. I think Alex Gazan, I don't know, something's going wrong with her performance. I don't know necessarily what's going on because the things that she's good at, she should have performed better, or I expected better. So who knows? It is what it is.
continuing to develop. I really like her here with the log muscle ups. Now we'll see how she's able to navigate them today, as it's, you know.
One more thing. One more thing. All right. What's your name, Oh, game plan. All right, so here's my game plan. Find a pace. Find a pace. So you start on a rower. You know what I mean? 1,000-meter row. All right, takes about, let's say at most 4 minutes. You know what I mean? Definitely less than that because we're racing, so it'd be like 3 something. But, you know, say we were at, 4 minutes. All right, find a pace. Get your heart rate up. Get warmed up. Get ready. You know what I mean? For the thrusters. Broken up in 10, so all of them broken. Each one is broken up in segments of 10, so all of them are broken. Then when you get to the log muscle ups, that's where I would say do not do unbroken. Just go through them. Just cycle through them. You know what I mean? Find a pace. There's 30 of them. Keep going. You know what I mean? It may burn and stuff like that, but find a pace, stick with it, and then race back to the finish. So use the log muscle ups as a breather, in a sense of getting your cardio cardio health. Oh my gosh, your cardio health back to normal. So I'm not saying that your aerobic health. What's it say? Get your aerobic back to normal. Your anaerobic is gonna be firing up, but your aerobic, you know what I mean? Let it get that back to normal. Like catch your air. There you go. Catch your air. I'm not saying the words right, but catch your air. Let your body, be at that steady pace, and then sprint back. Sprint back. Do your 10, 10, 10, and hit it home on the rower. That's my game plan.
There's not a lot of athletes that have exposure to being able to train this in the outside of the Rogue Invitational, which makes it unique, but historically she does really well in an event like this.
Here are your lane assignments for Heat 1. 10 women out on the competition floor. I mentioned Alex Kazan. She is in lane number 4. Down in lane number 8, that's where Danielle Brandon's going to be working right now. 15th place overall after 3 events. Her best finish was a 7th in event 1.
Yeah, and Danielle coming off of a struggle last night with those back squats.
That's what I'm trying to say. Let your heart rate cool down on the log muscle ups. It ain't going to be like, solid cold, but let it cool down. You know what I mean? It's not flying after all those starts. Let it cool down. Be at that, runner's pace. Knock out the 30 ring log muscle ups, and then sprint back.
Was one of the only athletes that actually had to re-rack her bar to the rack, and I'm excited to see her. She's very well-rounded, and I know she's going to be hungry this morning.
Heat 1 of Hunting Haggis, presented by Crocs, is underway for the women, and we start with that 1,000-meter row, and there is Danielle Brandon getting herself situated and getting right to work.
Danielle Brandon has a long limbs,
where we talk about early in this
so
event,
she definitely have a advantage.
Emotions are going to be
same
all
with
over the place. They had great momentum yesterday, or maybe they had a start they didn't enjoy.
Why am I hiding?
They can't come out too fired
But
up
her,
on this 1K.
Alex Kazan's a solid deadlifter, so she'll be straight. She'll be straight. We'll see who gets off first, though.
Because they got a lot of work ahead of them.
There is Alex Kazan making her second appearance here at the Rogue Invitational. Had a great showing in 2023 when she finished 5th. Coming off a 7th place finish in the CrossFit Games.
I think it's going to be Danielle Bryan
to just be able to
and
sit
old
there
girl.
and stay at a pace that you've probably already established with your coach or established in your warm-up.
I wish I remember these names,
you feel fresh right now. They're coming
funk.
off of clearly just warming up in the back. This is the first event to start the day. So you'll notice these athletes all watching their monitor right there in front of them, which will tell them how fast they're going, and they're just trying to stay in a particular zone.
Ooh. Jeff Adler holding it down. It might be his. I think Jason Hopper is going to get 3rd overall. I hope he gets higher, but I think he's going to get 3rd.
No, that's Sydney Wells. Took a guess.
Sydney Wells.
But yeah, so right around that 2-minute pace. That means she'll get off this rower right about the 4-minute mark approximately for a 1K. And the trick is for you to feel your very best to get to the barbell, but not be out of shot at competing for a top spot in the event. What makes this hard is that you don't really get an opportunity to see much of what your peers are rowing. You can try to get a glance at what their splits are, but a lot of these women in the back were probably being a little nosy with each other, like, hey, what are you thinking about rowing out there? They're paying close attention in the warm-up.
And if you think they're trying to peek up onto the Jumbotron to see those shots that we're showing you, because those are being played in the arena here, they are directly underneath the video screen.
Between
so
these
do
two.
not have an angle to see any shots.
I'm trying to watch their pace because their limbs are about the same. Look at that.
If you've been in the CrossFit community for a while, you understand that this workout has similar demands as a traditional benchmark.
That was tough.
Jackie, which is a devastating
What's her name?
test in itself. Much more sprint.
Taylor
based,
Wilson.
Where you're only going to get on the rower one time. You're going to have some thrusters with an empty barbell and then pull-ups.
That's her name.
This design, this is Rogue Invitational at its finest.
I think they're going to come off around the same time. I think Taylor Wilson's going to get off first.
A row, but we're going to go through
and Daniel Brown right for her,
meters,
right behind her.
And then, of course, the muscle-ups couldn't just be regular rig muscle-ups. These are going to be done
Amanda Barnhart. There you go.
4 inches in diameter, something very difficult to replicate in practice for these athletes out at their local affiliate.
We're a little past the 3-minute mark right now. 3 minutes, 12 seconds. You can see the clock in the background behind Amanda Barnhart. She's put the finishing touches on her 1,000-meter row.
Let's see. Amanda Barnhart right there.
As their respective athletes are getting set to finish the first part of this event. First of 2 heats here in event number 4.
They're about to finish the warm-up, Sean. That's exactly what this acted as for a lot of these women.
Right.
They weren't trying to do anything glamorous here because they understand the most separation they can create is going to happen on the barbell.
I wish I saw the time.
Amanda Barnhart, 13th place overall. Coming off her best finish of the competition last night when she took 10th in event 3.
Who did I say was going to get off that rower first? I said she was. Williamson. I said she's going to get off the rower first. Y'all need to listen. I'm trying. Y'all need to listen.
One of the most powerful athletes in our space.
I said, yep. All right. I said Daniel Brand going to come out right off of Wilson. I did have Daniel Brand second, but I did have high hopes for Amanda Barnhart, but she was not. It was going to be Wilson, Brandon, then Barnhart. All right, that was my predictions, but I knew that she was going to come off soon, so I'm not surprised that she beat.
Amanda Barnhart is going to be the second woman off of the rower.
Gazan? Is that Gazan? Thank you.
And Taylor Williamson was first to the barbell. She's at the top of your screen in the black shirt and long gray pants. Dana Perrin next to her at the top of your screen. Onto the thrusters as well.
Again, they're working through 30 of these. They're going to have to squat all the way below parallel. Again, hip crease, like the back squats yesterday, hip crease below the top of the knee, and then they have to extend the arms all the way at the top, bar overhead.
I wonder how much weight. I could keep playing. I wonder how heavy this is.
They'll move ahead every 10 reps.
Every 10
see
reps.
The hash marks on the floor. And it is Taylor Williamson who is your leader now. She's through 14 of those thrusters. They got 20 reps, so 1 rep for every 50 meters for the row. And now 1 rep for every thruster. At the 50 rep mark, that's when they'll move on to the log muscle-ups. There is Taylor Williamson, comes in 17th place overall. Got to this event out of the qualifier. She had a 4th place finish in event 2. Someone we're used to seeing in the team competition. And now there's Alex Kazan, who's on the back half of her set of 30 thrusters at 95 pounds.
Oh, 95?
While
Okay.
the athletes have to advance the bar every 10, they're not forced to drop there. They could hold on, they could transition overhead, they could transition with the bar in the front rack. So as we watch athletes drop and pause, that's their rest that they're intentionally taking to keep their heart rate low so they have a better chance at success when they turn around and face that log for the log muscle-ups.
Danielle Brandon.
I'm telling y'all, this is cycle 10 her, I know it's gonna be tough. Like, don't get me wrong, it's gonna be tough. But when you get to a log, you can take your breather. Like, ain't nobody gonna be cycling rep for rep on the log. It's too thick. So it's gonna be kind of like a forced break in between each rep. You'll be able to catch your breather by then. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Through 46 of those 50 reps she needs to hit before she gets to the bar muscle up. So just 4 reps remaining for her on the thrusters as Gazan moves her barbell forward as she's now going to head to the log along with Taylor Williamson. Dana Perrin as well is done with her 30 thrusters.
I think we'll see a lot of this, Sean, the transition being a little slower here as they wrap their mind around what they're going to have to do to get their bodies around that log and on top to be able to.
You're going to have to false grip it. They're going to have to false grip it. If they're not comfortable false gripping it. Oh, shit. I'll pull my headphones out. Where is it? Oh, man. Oh, wrong button. Oh, man, I was playing wrong. Oh, man, I was hitting the reset button. All right, let me put it in the right. Though. All right. I hope that's right. Hold on.
Put a lock out there.
Okay. All right. It's gonna be like this. They can't grab it. It's gonna be like this. If they're used to false grip, easy. It's gonna be easy.
He's at the top.
But I would suggest doing singles because that's gonna put a lot of tension on lats.
Or 2 on their way to 20. They have to complete 20 here. Wow, impressive. Dana Perrin being one of those athletes, Sean, that's never been to the Rogue Invitational before. I'd imagine that's got to be one of her first opportunities to do a log muscle up there like that.
Taylor Williamson right next to her failed one. This is the first time she's probably dealt with an implement like this.
Alex looking very efficient here. You'll notice that she actually
look how
had
swole
her
she
thumbs
is.
wrapped around the log. It's rare to see athletes be able to grip it that way. That could be an advantage for her.
20 reps here at the 70 rep mark. That's when they'll go back to the barbell.
And that's what I'm saying.
For 30 more thrusters.
Don't even like stress over the log muscle ups. Like going through them fast. Just go through them. Find a pace to go through them and stick with it.
Now she's got more of a false grip. Again, you're going to notice most of their hands, they're trying to keep as much of their hands on top of that log as possible. If they're able to link reps together, like we've seen Alex.
Guys, let me tell you. All right, in the CrossFit, was it in the CrossFit video? I'm sure they will have a brand new. No, it was something else. When they were talking about getting set up for bar muscle up, there was a particular technique you gotta follow to get set up for the bar muscle up. You don't just jump and then kip and then bar muscle up. You jump with your legs propelled forward. So you're like this, but legs are propelled forward for that aggressive kip. So you be able to set yourself up for aggressive kip, hitting your hips up high, and then doing that bar muscle up. You know what I mean? And that's what's going to be needed on these logs, especially since you're not going to have that advantage of having a solid grip using the faults. So if they did singles or doubles, jump down, back up, jump down, back up without over elevating their heart rate, you know, and messing up their grip, because we're going to need it for the thrusters and especially the rowers be solid.
And do here a couple times, it's really important for them to come down with control. You're going to see most of these women opt for single repetitions at a time, one at a time, a short break. Again, one of the keys here was pause, don't stop.
That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. You jump with the arm back, your legs
There's Paige Semenza, who comes
kick
in 12th
forward.
place
There you
overall,
go.
looking to work her way into
Yep.
the second and
You
final
finish
heat.
it
She can get inside the top
bar
10.
muscle up.
She's only 5 points
Yep.
back of Maddie Sturt for 10th. Alex Kazan has 6 reps remaining. Danielle Brandon
Nice. Alex Kazan is doing solid on her log muscle
chipping through
ups.
this with singles. Starting to gain a little
And that's what I'm
reps.
saying.
Semenza
That's exactly how
also
I'm
in second
saying.
place. Emma Tall doing pretty well.
Jump,
And Emma
do a
Flake
muscle
starting to
up,
creep up.
jump down. Jump, do a muscle up, jump down. Jump, do a muscle up, jump down. Yep. That's the way to go. Heart rate will go down. You'll deal with muscle fatigue, but hey, that's part of the sport. But it won't be like overwhelming.
And this is definitely the longest break we've seen Danielle take. She chalked up her wrists and her hands, of course, to make sure that she's got as much grip on top of that log as possible.
And now Alex Gazan is done.
Nice.
She'll move back to the barbell. 30 more thrusters at 95 pounds, 43 kilos, and then a final 1,000-meter row.
We talked about how evil this workout is, written format. This is, she just entered the most evil part of it, Sean.
Well, this morning at our production meeting, we were sitting around the table talking
She
about
can
how
get
well
10,
she was going to do.
6.
And as you mentioned her name, she literally walked in the door that was 10 feet away, heard her name, and said, "What are you talking about me? Is it good? Is it good?" We said, "Yes, it's good, Alex. We think you're going to do well in this event." And so far, she's proven us right. Now, Danielle Brandon is going to be the second woman to the barbell.
Danielle, with the movement quality that she can exhibit with the barbell here in this front rack position, is going to stay very fluid and very efficient with the thrusters. So it's going to be on Alex to really have that grit and fight down the stretch here to keep her on.
Right.
Now Paige Semenza is the third woman to start her final set of 30 thrusters.
It's funny because they all look like they can go through 10.
You talk to Alex Gazan's coach, Justin Kotler, and he just cannot say enough good things about Alex. Really has high expectations of her and doesn't think that she is anywhere near her full potential yet.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Has much room to grow, and yet she's accomplished so much in our sport in her few years of being an elite level competitor.
Emma Tall in the all burgundy next to Alex Gazan is on her thrusters. Amanda Barnhart towards the top of your screen just picked up her barbell, and at the bottom of the screen, that's Emma McQuaid. So at the 100 rep mark, that is when Alex Gazan will proceed back to the rower for the final time. A 16-minute time cap here.
And these athletes can't go quite full send on the thrusters because they know what's looming, a 1K row, just like they started this event, but it's going to be extremely different on the back half. When we see athletes sit down on that rower, if any of them get there closely around that same time window, it is going to be an absolute battle through the finish.
Right now, Gazan has a 6-rep lead on Danielle Brandon. As Alex has 2 reps now, 1 to go, and she's finished, and we'll move to the rower first. So final 1,000 meters for Alex Gazan here. She looks to pick up the win in heat 1 of 2 in event 4, the 4th of 9 events that these athletes will face throughout this weekend. So Gazan with 130 points coming in. Just 5 points back of Maddie Sturt for 10th.
You'll notice Emma Tall she was trying to find that rest position there with her hands on the bar, stretch her lower back. The pressure these athletes are feeling through, again, we talked about bracing last night, but through their midline, trying to find space to breathe. But while that 95 pounds bears down on what feels to be your soul, it is extremely uncomfortable, and now they got to go really send it on this row. Now Gazan started her row at 11:42. Emma Tall sat down at about 12:17. Significant lead for Alex.
Amanda Barnhart's on the rower, and here come.
I'm a little indifferent on the second time. On the first time on the rower, I would have my resistance a little higher. And then on the second time, I would adjust my resistance a little lower. So I'm not dealing with, because you are clearly fatigued, but you still want to keep that pace up. And after going through, I think that's what I would have done. I would have my resistance a little higher, and then the same time around, I would have my resistance a little lower. It was just an easy adjustment. You know what I mean? It's just playing things out. You know what I mean? We've been on a rower 1,000 times, so just a quick, easy.
Danielle Brandon on the right side of your screen and Paige Semenza in the middle. 5 women onto their final 1,000-meter rows. And Danielle Brandon took a little time getting herself situated before she started pulling on the handles.
Because that resistance, resistance for doing that for 1,000 meters, it's going to get fatiguing. But if you don't have to deal with so much resistance and it's row, and since kind of recovering in that sense too, because if there's a way where you can move and recover at the same time and then pick up the pace over time, due to the amount of recovery you're
Already seen
doing
an increase
while
in
still, it's like the
speed
active
compared to what we
rest.
saw for those opening rows. Even after all the work they did, that shows the composure and the pacing that they started to open with around that 2-minute pace, and now Alex is trying to settle right around a 1:54 pace. And I'd imagine that it will only gain speed, Sean, as she nears
That's
the
what I'm
finish
saying,
line.
like gain
Keep
speed,
an eye on the judges.
right?
They will
Start steady,
move their hands
try to
every 50
recover,
meters to
and
let
then start gaining speed.
scorers know to add another rep. Now Taylor Howe, bottom of your screen, getting set on the rower. We only have a couple women still out on the floor. We still have a couple women back on the bar muscle-ups, one of which is Taylor Williamson, who was one of the first women to get to that implement, and now she's heading back to the barbells. Taylor just completed her set. Sydney Wells is also stuck on the bar muscle-ups. There is Taylor Williamson.
And that's the thing about the log, Sean. It can start one way and go very wrong very quickly, depending upon your exposure to it and also how you pace out those 20 reps. It's so different than a traditional bar muscle up, which all of these athletes on the competition floor have high mastery of. They can do 20 in a row, many of them. But this significantly changes everything from the way you hold the log to the way that your body has to move around that 4-inch in diameter. Makes it challenging.
Well, this is the first time that Sydney has competed at the Rogue Invitational, so she has not competed on this implement before. Same with Taylor Williamson. Now Dana Perrin is on the rower. Alex Kazan is, I got 200 meters to go here.
Yeah, and this is where just from a mindset perspective, I'd like to see her increase her stroke frequency, which means, hey, get the paddle to the rower a little faster here, Alex. There's 10 women watching you go. I know you're suffering, but you got to sell out right now. We got to send it. Every second's going to matter once the next heat takes the floor.
I think she should drop. I think she should drop that resistance a little.
She's got 200 meters left. Probably not going to be enough to catch Kazan, who's going to sprint her way across the finish line once she gets to 120 reps.
139 split right now, Sean. She's cranking it. That's what you want to see in the finish right there. She's battling and fighting.
Well, Kazan is off.
Nice,
she's going to win the heat right around 15:39 unofficially. 15:39.01 seconds for her. And now Emma Tall, who has put on a huge charge here, fighting with Amanda Barnhart, and Tall is going to be off first. Amanda Barnhart's cranking away.
Nice.
And that's a time cap, so only 2 women.
Damn. That's rough.
Are going to finish unless Emma Tall did not get across the finish line inside the buzzer.
We'll see.
We'll have to wait for her official score, but we do know that woman, Alex Kazan, is going to be your heat winner, 15:39.01 seconds. Glad she heard you talking about her this morning.
That's right. Hopefully we gave her some motivation. She walked in at the right time, I guess, but we liked what she had historically as an athlete. We knew what she brings in from a mindset perspective, and she typically does really well when she's got to pull and hang. So today it was the log, later it'll be the ropes. I think that she's probably excited for what is to wait for her opportunity-wise with gaining some points.
And again, not sure if Emma Tall made it before the buzzer, but she did get through the entirety of the reps. Looks like she's going to finish second in the heat.
You're right. I mean, that's for sure.
Kazan, early and often. She got up the rower third there, but that was intentional. She knew she could get off toe-to-toe.
Did not mention anything, so
Gabby McGowan,
let's go into the next heat.
She has been impressive. Unfortunately, she's being overshadowed by the perfect performance from Tia Toomey. 2 seconds and a fourth so far for Gabby.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gabby killing
Gabby came out and really, it's as close to a flawless run as you can almost hope it as a CrossFit athlete. You want to show that you're well-rounded. Yesterday we test so many modalities, and she showed up great in every one of them.
Lane assignments. For the second and final heat, Gabby McGowan will be working out of lane number 5. Tia Toomey, the leader, will be in lane 6, and it's
I'm with Horvath on this one.
In lane 7, who did some damage control last night. She's got 210 points, has some ground to make up to catch Gabby McGowan.
Yeah, she does.
That's right, and she's focused here, Sean, historically.
I'm with Horvath on this one.
She loves to climb. I like her chances to be able to navigate this log, maybe better than a lot of the other women in this field. I think we're going to watch her really closely in this event to shine a little bit here this morning.
Tia is good at her thrusters, though.
Laura Horvath started the
Oh,
competition
man.
with a 4th place finish, then she took 3rd in event 2. Then last night in the Braveheart,
I don't want
that
to say,
featured
look,
that wall walk
I would
complex
like to
that had 2
choose a winner,
wall-facing handstand
but
push-ups for every rep. That's where she fell back a little
I
bit.
think I'm
Finished
just going to
14th.
enjoy the
Damage
show
control
on this
event for
one.
her, but it's 14th
I'm going to enjoy the
event
show on this one.
Pretty good for Laura Horvath.
Yep, yeah, we like it. I think from that perspective, it gave her momentum coming into day 2, knowing, hey, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for points on the board. Still got 6 scored events left, and I know that that was probably the event that I was going to struggle with the most.
There's Brooke Wells in lane 4. She's right now 4th place overall, just 5 points back of Horvath for 3rd. Heat 2 underway.
Yeah, who knows? Tia might pull it through. I still, I still see Tia definitely in the top 3. But this heat is hard to say. Laura Horvath is a taller athlete, and she's a rock climber. So I see her getting off of Aurora Eat faster. I think I see her doing well on the log muscle ups. Now Tia, she's just efficient. She's just efficient and consistent. That's the good thing about Tia. She's very consistent. So we'll see who's good.
All right, and we're already seeing the GOAT here, Tia Claire Toomey, rowing somewhere between a 155 and a 158 thus far. That would put her off approximately 6 to 10 seconds faster than Heat 1 average. Which, Sean, when we consider overall work being done in this event and so many women getting time capped at the 16-minute mark in Heat 1, you think 6 to 10 seconds, that's not very much. And I'll tell you what, on a rower, that's the trap, because you get lulled into wanting to go faster. It doesn't gain you much advantage, specifically if you're not going to go unbroken the rest of the event. So these women, again, showing composure, self-control. They could go much faster, but they know it's
look
not
at
time.
Haley.
Kiki Dixon is the 4th member.
In Heat 2. That's what's up. Spiegel's holding it down.
You know, sometimes
Spiegel probably going to struggle on her log.
Sean, so you're right about that. All right, you guys.
Brooke Wells been holding it through.
With Brooke. She actually had no idea that she was in 4th. She's not much of a leaderboard stalker, if you will. With that said, she's super excited to be this close to the top after what she considered to be a poor execution yesterday on event 2. Clearly, it wasn't that bad if she's
poor
sitting in 4th.
execution
Hey, I get it.
in the
She's
past few years.
Log bar muscle ups, unfortunately, but she does hope that they'll go well.
But
isn't entirely sure what to expect.
you know, she's been having injuries and stuff like that, so we gotta give her the benefit of the doubt. And going through injuries is tough. So, but I am going to tell her how it is.
That Sunday should be a great day for her. So, guys, I think we're going to want to keep an eye on her, no doubt.
Brooke Wells, just 5 points out again at 3rd place. So if she just beats Laura Horvath by 1 spot in this event, she's going to erase that deficit.
I'm curious on how they're keeping track of score.
Last night.
Oh, let me move that.
In Braveheart, has a little bit of momentum here.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear that she's not a leaderboard stalker. You know what I mean? Like, she's not looking at that between events or between days. I think that's really challenging to do in today's world with social media and all the ways that you can see where you're placed. I think that shows some maturity for Brooke, though. I appreciate that, and I think it probably helps her keep her mind and her feet focused where she is. It's a great tactic as an athlete.
Take a look at Laura Horvath, the rower. She's on about a 1 minute 53, 54 second pace. She and Gabby McGowan are towards the front here on this initial 1,000 meter row.
Oh yeah, here we go. All those hands.
Horvath and McGowan are around the same height, so they'll be coming off around the same time.
The barbell again, they're going to do 30 thrusters. They will advance every 10, but they don't gotta drop the
For Tia, it's going to be the thrusters and the log muscle up that's going to get her ahead. If she gets ahead with that and get back on a roller, she's good.
Emily Rolfe is also on the lead pace, along with Manon Anganese. But it's McGowan and Horvath who continue to lead. They look to be the first 2 women to the barbell. And there it is. Horvath and McGowan off at the same time, followed by Manon.
So if it's 20, I guess they're counting by every 50.
We'll get to work on her 30 thrusters. 30 reps at 95 pounds, 43 kilos, and then it is on to the 20 bar muscle ups on that 4-inch diameter log.
This thruster, these women have to squat all the way down, hip crease below the top of the knee.
Like I said, 10 per. 10 per. Watch. They're all going to do 10 per.
The smoothness that they go from the top down is what's really indicative of how light that load is for them. And I mean light as in relative. Because they're so strong, it's light for them. Because it is not a light thruster.
Tia Toomey now starting to put some pressure on Horvath and Magawa. Toomey through 16 and counting of those 30 thrusters. Now she's tied Horvath for the lead. Magawa's a couple reps behind. Emily Rolfe sitting solidly in fourth.
Well, and here's what's interesting about these thrusters, Sean, too, is that you can afford to push them more. Meaning that you can get your body into a position where you're uncomfortable and you're suffering more if you have confidence in your log muscle-ups. If you don't have confidence, you have to overpace these so you're more focused and more fresh for that next movement.
Gabby Magawa, first woman done. Hung on late. Now 20. Bar muscle ups.
It's not that much of a lead, though.
Done, and Tia Toomey is finished. The top three women in the overall standings, top three women in this heat right now, and all chasing.
Ooh.
Alex Kazan's time of 15:39.01 seconds. So Magawa an early no rep.
Like I said,
and
telling you guys.
Come down there was that her whole body.
See, she kips forward. Her legs already kip forward. Ooh, even better with Horvath. Look at how Horvath sets herself up.
Gabby Magawa
Ooh,
starting
this is
to
not
struggle
good.
here.
Didn't I tell you?
Is in the lead. She's 2 reps up on Laura Horvath.
I need to pause because I need you guys to listen. I was playing. No, for real, for real. Look at Toomey, just as I say. Toomey, she's going to catch up because she's going to do well on her thrusters and she's going to stay consistent on her log muscle-ups. Do one, drop, do one, drop, do one, drop. You know what I mean? And then you go back to the thrusters, same thing. She might do 5 and 5 or 10 and 5, one of those. I'm thinking it might be 10 and 5s. I think it's going to be 10. First round 10, the rest 5s. That's my guess. And then take it home on a roller. That's how I'm seeing it.
Toomey's already won the first 3 events. If she wins her 4th, she'll tie Laura Horvath for the longest event winning streak at the Rogue Invitational.
Tia's doing a great job right here, just delegating herself to single reps.
Yep.
But watch, we talked about pause, don't stop. She is creating great rhythm through the up, through the swing, through the down. She's staying on the mat. I mean, it's like she's a machine.
Look at that. Look at that full extension. Arm completely relaxed. Her lats come into play. Her hips come into play.
We'll keep an eye on her. She's in lane number 8, right side of your screen. She moved herself into 3rd. At the 70 rep mark, that's when these athletes will head back to the barbell for 30 more thrusters.
Ariel, another one of our athletes who has some great experience here in understanding how to use this log to her advantage. Notice that she stays behind the log with her feet on the pad, and that delays her kip swing. So when she swings her hips forward under that log, it's going to help her actually come over the top. She does a great job of using her whole body, not just her upper body.
Haley Adams is on the right side. She has yet to get a success.
There you go. Jump into an arch. That's what I was trying to say. Jump in the arch.
And what we're seeing out of Haley there to the right is that she's really used to being able to use that violence and speed in her hip.
Let me correct myself, guys. I've been saying this wrong. Jump in a hollow. Jump automatically in a hollow. Kip that arch. So hollow, arch. Hollow, arch, aggressive, hips up, execute. Hollow, arch, hips up, execute.
Extension to come over the top. So she's trying to use her lower body as much as she can, but you can't go quite as fast. The log will slip you right off.
Tia Toomey is now done with her 20 muscle ups, back to the barbell, and she's a minute ahead of Alex Kazan's pace right now. Wow.
2, 3, 4, 4.
And
5.
we know what feeds her, Sean. It's the
6.
awareness that she's accelerating away from the rest of the field. It only allows her to build more confidence in her choices. Even
Might as well
being a
just do
little bit more
5s.
risky on movements so simple like this in the thruster. She's focused on burying the field.
Now, Laura Horvath now has 4 reps remaining. She's the closest one to Tia Toomey, who may get done with these thrusters before anybody even joins her on the barbell.
Right.
She's got 20 to
Well,
go.
it seems like McGowan found her
I'll tell you right now, this particular
rhythm.
event involves a lot of self-talk. And there's a lot of ups and downs that we see.
There you
From
go.
the left where Gabby's struggling
Nice.
to kind of chicken
I'm
wing
glad
her
she
way
figured it
over
out.
the log muscle up to the self-confidence Tia's created in herself to have such a positional in the lead. And then it's the same with the other ladies. Ariel and Laura now battling rep for rep on these log muscle ups.
Now Ariel Lowen is going to be second to the barbell. Now Lowen came in 5th place overall with 185 points. She's just 25 back of Horvath for 3rd, and now here comes Laura. But with a strong performance here, and what's happening right now with Gabby McGowan, it's not inconceivable that Ariel Lowen could find herself inside the top 3.
And this is where you've got to really seize the moment if you're Ariel. Understand where you're at, your opportunity. Fight and scrap for every point. This is where the event really takes a turn. Again, it's focus and execution on technique through the log, and now it's grit, tenacity, and your ability to suffer here on the back half.
Maddie Sturt is now onto the barbell. Sturt came in 10th place overall.
1, 2,
Best finish with
3,
8th place last night in Braveheart.
4. Nice.
Meanwhile, Tia Toomey is going to head back to the rower. And she is now still a minute ahead of Gazan.
Yeah, Alex did not actually start her row at all until 11:42.
Right.
Gabby McGowan in the white top has gotten through those 20-bar muscle-ups and is on to her final set of 30 thrusters.
All right.
We have a handful of women still back on those bar muscle-ups. Haley Adams has got 4 reps. Brooke Wells is through 10. Rolfe is through 15.
10.
And Danny Spiegel has a couple left to go.
Haley's still trying to navigate those log muscle ups. Again, tough and very frustrating. You know, it's a technical limiter. And so she's out there, her body feels good, she's ready to work. That was a great rep. And so now she's had success. She's got to dial that and figure, how do I replicate this? How can I do the same thing to finish this whole set and get to the thruster bar?
Well, Tia Toomey has a 250-meter lead on Laura Horvath and Ariel Lowen. You're going to get a rep
Okay. Yeah, it is
for
by
every
50.
50 meters. So at the 120 mark is when Toomey
Okay.
gets off the rower and heads to the finish line to win her 4th event.
So she's at
That
300.
nothing goes wrong
Horvath's
here for
at
her.
50.
Just assaulting this competition.
I mean, I look at the body language, her focus, and the way that she's attacking, even the power that she drives away from
Dude in
the
the
rower,
background
and
looks
she
bored.
is not interested at all in this race being close whatsoever. She could easily be coasting here with the lead that she had buffered.
Right.
Laura Horvath
400.
to try and stay close, but
Well, at least Laura,
room here.
at least Laura Horvath's going to get some points off of this event. I don't know if it's going to make her second
It's a very
because
loud but silent statement
there was a good
Tia's trying to
spacing
make
between
right
her
there.
and second
Because
place,
you know something about
but
Laura.
it'll
She's a
definitely get her
phenomenal
close.
rower. The paces that Laura is capable to hold for long periods of time, or even on the back half of a workout like this after all that other work, is very, very high.
Yeah, she's moving.
So Tia's doing her best to make sure that Laura's not going to build any kind of momentum even towards the score that she's already been able to set.
And Toomey is in the back half now of that 1,000-meter row. About 450 meters to go. Now Ariel Lowen is in 3rd. Now Gabby McGowan is getting going here.
I like her shoes though. Those are clean.
.39.01 seconds is the time. time to beat from Alex Kazan. She was the only woman to finish the entirety of this event inside the 16-minute
Oh,
time.
a couple are going to finish it. I know a couple are going to finish.
Inching closer now to winning her 4th straight event. Only one other woman has ever won 4 events in a row at the Rogue Invitational, and it's Laura Horvath.
Because ideally it takes about
Tia with the hand up.
4 minutes.
I know that Ariel and Laura
on an average to finish 1,000. So if they jump on at the 12-minute mark,
they've got to be able to. I'm not even
more
sure.
likely they'll guarantee to get it.
At Laura's rower over there.
So by 14, they should be at 10.
Get that shot for you. There you go.
Hey, there we go. That's 152.
All right, so
Laura holding steady.
McGowan is going to have to push harder, but 4th place and up,
155.
Yeah.
they got
Great
it.
work, Matt.
Man.
Those guys
T is done.
Man, they're unsung heroes. Working hard all day. Appreciate it.
Brooke working through her thrusters here.
Yeah, Brooke Wells, who came in 4th place overall, as Tia Toomey's going to win her 4th event in a row. Absolutely demolishing the time to beat. 14:25.3934 seconds, pardon me. Beats Alex Kazan by more than a minute.
She's been beating everybody.
That's the first time that we've seen her look tired.
I was just going to say, that's the first time she's come across the finish line and actually looked like she worked hard.
That's right. So what we thought about this event was what was true, which is that it would even make the fittest come to a knee.
14:25.34 seconds to win her
Nuts.
4th straight event.
Shout out to her.
Record set by Laura Horvath. And she's got a perfect 4 for 4 here at the 2024 Rogue Invitational. Laura Horvath looking to be the next woman to finish up.
Wow.
And she will get in.
She demolished that last row, man.
Now, Laura trailed Gabby by 65 points in the overall standings, so she's going to have to beat Gabby by a significant margin here in order to make that up. But she is going to take a significant chunk out of it.
Right.
Courtesy of this event. Now here comes Ariel Lowen, who could wind up inside the top 3.
Oh, 200.
Great execution there by Ariel. One of the biggest separators
Oh,
there was, of course,
250.
the way she navigated those log muscle-ups.
Like I said, it's going to be the top 4 that's going to finish.
Shout out to the family.
That's right. Gotta love that.
And old girl's going to have to sprint.
But Maddie Sturt, your leader on the floor. She's got 50 meters left.
Come on.
And Sturt is done. And she will get in inside that 16-minute time cap. 4 women in Heat 2 finish up.
Nice.
Tia Toomey.
Wow.
The only woman to go sub 15 is Gabby McGowan.
Yeah,
Who's going to surrender maybe a spot inside the top 3.
Damn.
We'll have to see how the rest of the scores factor
Right.
in here. 4 straight wins.
All
Your
right.
3-time Rogue Invitational champion.
Cool. All right, so top 3 of the event, Tia Horvath. I don't know who she is. Then it's gonna be Kazan, then old girl, and then all that afterwards. For the women's event, number 4. All right, guys. Oh man, my voice is like so much talking. I've been covering a lot of these today. All right, so event 4, women's are done. I'm gonna jump into the men's, and then I'm gonna call it for a night. All right, y'all. Catch up with you.